So here I am having some fun with second form Cell before they nerf him. This was recorded yesterday. I was planning on making a Cell spotlight. Yeah, sorry, my inputted mic changed for some reason. I didn't even realize it. It changed my webcam mic, so you might hear some echoey and you might hear the buttons clicking on my controller. Some ASMR for you guys. But yeah, second form Cell before this nerf is pretty strong because he could do the Z-burst dash loop after a knockback, after a grab, and his grab is untechable. If you didn't know, they will be nerfing Cell. They'll make his grab techable, I assume. I think they said it's avoidable, so I guess that means it's techable. And doing that loop that I just did, the Z-burst dash after a grab, is very strong. And Z-burst dashing will cost more key bars. I'm not sure how much. They just said it'll cost more. Oh yeah, I am using quite the silly team. I'm using Cell, 3 Cell Juniors, and Hercule. Cell Junior is a very underrated character. I'm surprised more people don't use him, but I guess people just want the health bar that Raccoon has to offer, or Nappa. Which they do have quite a good amount of health, but Cell Jr. has Explosive Wave. He has great survivability. Not to mention he has Flying Kicks, which is a great open-up tool. So Cell Jr. could deal a lot of damage and could survive. It's just that if you get stalled out, then that sucks. But here comes his Raccoon. I think second form Cell will kind of suck after this nerf, and he'll be in the same predicament as like Cooler is in right now. But good thing his second form is only 5 DP and his regular perfect form is only 6 DP. So you could start with just a regular perfect Cell, which I've done a gameplay on that, which I will probably upload that tomorrow. I'm going to be uploading a lot of gameplay videos so that the effort I put into my gameplay isn't in vain and doesn't go too obsolete. Because if I post these gameplays a month later or whatever, then that is no good. But I really like Cell's intro when he transforms. Check out my perfect form. It's perfect. It's so silly. Cell Jr. is such a better character than Master Roshi. Wait, they're not even the same DP. Never mind. Shouldn't compare them. But Cell Juniors are easily one of the most annoying characters. If you're trying to fight Cell Juniors with Master Roshi or another low DP character, you're going to struggle. You need characters that could dish out a lot of damage. And that's why this guy is struggling. I don't think he transforms with his Goku. And you need, like I said, you need a strong character to deal with Cell Juniors, with how often they could switch and how annoying their explosive wave could be. And let's see if I finish his Roshi here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. In the patch notes, another thing they should have added is make the freaking wall, the out of bounds wall, more clear. Like over there, he's probably confused on what happened. We were just so close to the out of bounds wall. And down goes 2 of his characters. Perfect Cell just plays so smoothly. I love his rush chains. I don't think you could transform to Super Perfect Cell as Perfect Cell, so I'm not sure why that's a thing. Are they separate characters? Very weird to me. I could have sworn you could have transformed to Super Perfect Cell. At least that was the case in BT3, I believe. He rage quit. And yeah, my webcam microphone is not good. I sounded like I was a robot there. But here's this next game. I go up against a viewer of mine, and I've played against him many times, both in ranked and when I live stream, he always comes through. I love playing against Elwa. I'm probably gonna have to feature you in the video now. Here I'm happy to bump into him. So first thing you notice is that he starts a little passively. He starts by jumping in the sky. So you always have to study how your opponent starts the match, and maybe you could use that to your advantage the next match. A lot of people are not thinking about switching up how they start a match. Nice little super counters by me. I gained the key advantage with that. Thank God Elwa has a good connection, so I didn't have an issue pulling off super counters there. Nice super counter by him this time. Oh, but he messes up the Vanish War. I mess up the Vanish War, but I was in key disadvantage anyway. And he has Super Broly. So I forgot he plays Super Broly. This is going to be very difficult because I do not have a character who could transform to a 7 DP character. Which, like I said, I don't know why Cell can't transform to his Perfect Cell. Super Perfect Cell, I should say. And his regular Perfect Cell form is only 6 DP. But luckily, Cell Juniors aren't too bad at dealing with characters who have super armor because they're so mobile. And they could just outpace these big clunky characters. Yeah, I'm failing at getting me my these second super counters. I'm just getting knocked back over and over. I think this was a rather risky transformation by me, but I do need a higher DP character. Even if he's not 7 DP, 6 DP is better than 5 DP against someone with super armor. And since he's transforming, we're both going to be locked in for a long time now. So this is a 1v1 right here for a good while. I don't know why I didn't commit to the charge setup there. I needed key advantage, but luckily I'm in, well, not anymore because he got Silent Sway off. I was going to say I was in key advantage for a bit. Good vanish by him. Good vanish by me. Oh, I forgot how to add after image up. Yeah, that's one thing. When you activate after image, you have to remember that you have it up, because you want to be really aggressive when you have after image up. It's not like Wild Sense where it'll do the knockback for you. Like right there, I was able to open them up with after image. And a lot of people do not know about Cell's moveset because not many people play Cell. I was able to bait out his explosive wave there by stepping back, but it was in vain because he was able to switch out anyway. But here is his Dragon Ball Super Broly. I have to try and do as much damage as I can before he transforms. And he's probably going to transform here. Yep. So I tried my best, but hey, at least I got some damage as opposed to no damage. Nice little sidestep by him. He has massive key advantage over me. Okay, nice. At least the little out of bounds wall saved me there, kind of. And look at the super armor. It's insane. My key blasts are no use. But yeah, this is how you deal with characters who have super armor as a lower DP character. Is you gotta try to low sweep them immediately. Unless you have a... Yep, and he tried to use instant sparking, taking advantage of his super armor. But it didn't work because I did a short dash attack. And my follow-up doesn't hit him. That's very unfortunate. Okay, that was good for me. I did not want to deal with Dragon Ball Super Broly any longer. I switch out my Cell Jr. He has another explosive wave at his disposal. This team I'm using is very, very annoying, because they all have explosive wave and Perfect Cell has after image, which is very good. and I don't recover in time for that hard knockdown, he brings back in his perfect cell. Not his perfect cell, his Super Broly. He's gonna try to finish me here, which is the smart move. I don't know why I didn't react to him using Instant Spark in my face. But regardless, he probably would have got it off because I'm a 6 DP character. I get a clutch switch off. I needed that switch. And I'm able to stall out his sparking mode. He gets another one. Very stressful match here. Luckily, Explosive Wave does help me deal with this. And luckily, they will be changing how sparking mode works in the patch, so I don't have to deal with this anymore afterwards. One thing I thought of about the patch is that Elevatoring will technically be buffed because Z-Burst dashing got nerfed. So Elevatoring will be stronger because Z-Burst dashing was probably the easiest way to try and catch them. Unless the new high-speed Dragon Dash is able to catch them. I'm not sure. We will have to see. Hopefully it will make it easier to catch someone who's trying to elevator around. And I failed at Vanish War. He spends an Explosive Wave because you heard Gohan screaming there. He gets the switch off with his Gohan. Good stuff by him. But I think that was probably the win condition for me, getting his Gohan to red health. Although Cell Juniors do have very low health, and he has characters that have a lot more health than my Cell Juniors. But since Cell Juniors have great survivability, I'm able to manage my characters pretty well. And managing your characters will become a lot more difficult with this new patch because they will be nerfing how much health you could gain while on the bench. But that's gonna nerf everybody, so it's still a level playing field. It'll just be better for the casual player because the casual player doesn't know how to do more than 10,000 damage in a combo, right? So that's what made the switch mechanic so strong currently because you need to do more than 10,000 damage before they could switch. But now that they're probably going to make it 5,000 health recovered. So getting 5,000 damage to do over 5,000 damage to do meaningful damage. That's if you're a viewer, it'll be much easier. Not wanting to rematch me. Maybe I'll make fun of you a little bit, but it's just a little bit of teasing. I talk about how Elwa probably feels obligated to rematch me because I always talk about people not rematching me. Funny thing is that I did bump into him again last night while doing another character spotlight, I think with Z Trunks, and I didn't rematch him because I needed to do a number 2. I was holding it in. So I'm sorry, Elwa, for leaving yesterday. Not leaving, but like not taking a rematch. But he's putting the moves on my second form Cell here. And you can see the weaknesses of second form Cell showing. So after this nerf on him, it's going to be pretty bad. Second form Cell does not have many defensive tools. He has Solar Flare, but that's not really a defensive tool. And he has Pump Up. Which Pump Up will be good because they did buff the buff moves. And they did say all the buff moves will cost less now. So Pump Up costs 2. I wonder if it will cost 1 now. And Pump Up buffs your damage by not 3 times, but it gives you 3 buffs. So that's, I think each buff is like 5%. So it gives you a 15% damage buff. And if it costs 1 skill point, that's pretty massive. That's a great buff. I believe Nappa has a Pump Up, so maybe we'll be seeing Nappa more often than Raccoon now because with the mix of the health regen being lower and now the buff moves being buffed, you could do a lot of meaningful damage like that. And Nappa is able to do way more damage than Raccoon. In the current state of the game before the patch, it was more important to play defensively because you could regenerate a lot of health. Now with this new update, it might make offense a little more important. Good use of full power charge by him. He's able to spam Ki Blast on me now, and he has Ki advantage even though he's spamming Ki Blasts. I'm not sure if he still has Ki advantage. Let's find out. He does not, because he spammed too much. I believe my combo just randomly dropped there, but I needed to disengage anyway to switch. Nice sidestepping by Elba. Those super counters, that's crazy to me. Yep, very strong grab. Good vanish by him. I should have went for another grab, but not my playstyle, really. Okay, here I am doing it again. I probably shouldn't have transformed because I was close to being able to switch there. And if I switched, I could have gained another 10k health and be very healthy. But I do want to try and finish his Roshi here. That's why I transformed. Because I do gain a full Ki gauge, so I could keep pressuring him. If I finish his Roshi here, that would be massive. Yep. So it pays off. Risky play pays off. I needed to do that because he did way more damage to me than I did to him. He has a full Ki gauge here. He chokes the Vanish War, so that's unfortunate for him. Yeah, I'm struggling to get that second super counter off. And again, I totally forget about my after image. I don't really use characters who have after image, but there, I used it correctly that time. But he uses Explosive Wave. Explosive Wave helps me get a switch off as well, so yeah. But damn, SS2 Gohan just does so much damage. I have Ki advantage here, so that's great. He uses a revenge counter to try to keep me in the engagement. And with the new buffs to Perception countering revenge counter, I had 2 skill points. He had 4. I could have used 2 skill points and countered his revenge counter, even though I have half the resources he has. So that's why I'm saying, like, I really don't like that. Like, they just nerfed the hell out of revenge countering. Now people will be able to switch and set things up on you, even though they have half the resources as you, half the skill points. All my characters are pretty low health, so this is going to be pretty hard for me. He transforms. I can't really do much here. So I charge some Ki, get ready to stall out. Because I did not want to engage with that 1 Cell Junior because he had way too low health. Be too risky, especially since he was at a full Ki gauge. Would not be worth it, because if he gets a super counter off, I would have been dead. But I successfully stall out his sparking mode. I get a solar flare off on him, and this is great because as a 6 DP character, I only have 30 seconds before I'm able to switch out. So solar flare is able to buy a few seconds of downtime for me, so I can switch out again sooner. I have Ki advantage here. And yeah, since I downed his Master Roshi, that was probably the game winner for me. That was a very stressful match again. It's always very scary with such a squishy character like Cell Jr. going up against Sparking Mode Super Broly. But luckily, I'm able to stop him because all he's doing is really spamming Ki Blasts. It would have been better if he tried to physically attack me. He doesn't really start aggressively, so I'm going to try to charge here. Risky move. Yep. I read him out. I knew he wasn't gonna charge aggressively. I mean start aggressively, so I'm able to gain a key advantage at start. I lose it because I just do a dash reset. But this is good for me right here. Oh, I should have got that. And I mess up my vanish. I shouldn't have messed that up. I do a sidestep gut punch. Nice vanish by him. I'm getting a little greedy with staying in with Cell. I should really switch. I could have switched right there, but I lost my opportunity. Now he's gonna do meaningful damage to me. And yeah, this is a really bad situation. I gained a massive lead with Cell at first. And now, yeah, you can see the weaknesses of Cell. No defensive tools.
Please give me a super counter.
And yeah, you have to rely purely on super counters, which could be inconsistent. He uses a revenge counter to keep in the engagement. Luckily, I just disengage. And yeah, now he's done more damage to me than I've done to him because I got greedy and stayed in with second form Cell. Nice grab deflect by him. I was trying to delay it by a lot so it confuses him. Unluckily for me, it didn't work. I have key advantage here, but he is farming skill points, which in the new update, you won't be able to farm skill points as easily in a Vanish War. Okay, at the very least, I did damage his Broly a good amount. He is going to regen a lot of health there. Yeah, my Cell is probably going to be out of commission for a long time. I'd have to find the opportunity to be able to switch him in and then switch him back out again. Which he has many scary characters that I do not want to do that, and not to mention second form Cell does not have any defensive tools, so if I get opened up, it's probably over from there for my second form Cell. He has a lot of ki over me. Nice block by him. He knows I love using flying kicks. I should know he's always going for the overhead combo extension, but I'm not really adapting to that. Nice sidestep. Okay, there I am. Good explosive wave by him. I have my own explosive wave. Yeah, you can see how annoying Cell Juniors are. But that's why he needs like Broly and Gohan to do the damage and really wipe the floor with my Cell Juniors. Which he kind of is. He's slowly getting me down. I don't know if that was a good switch by me with the Cell Jr. This Cell Jr. was kind of damaged. But at the very least, he does have some ki, so I could stall out his sparking mode. Good choice by him. He doesn't get greedy with trying to keep his sparking mode. A lot of people will stay in instead of switching, and just because they're in sparking mode, which, you know, regenerating your health is more important than sparking mode. And yeah, this is not good. I don't have the ki for this, and this is what I mean. If you don't, with this new patch update, you need 2 ki bars to Z-burst dash at them, or more than 1 ki bar, because they said they're going to increase the amount you need. So yeah, you could see having less than 1 ki bar and not being able to Z-burst dash at him was not good. And he's able to set up an instant spark. Luckily, I'm able to stall out the instant spark. He does have ki advantage over me. I have an explosive wave here. I vanished that smash attack. That's something I'm probably going to have to practice a lot more often now with the buffs. to charge smash attacks. Do a little sidestep low sweep to break through super armor. He has, no, I have key advantage here. Let's hope I don't choke this.
He's gonna have 2 instant sparks.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be able to farm a lot of skill points here. I waste an explosive wave, that's unfortunate. He's not bringing out his weak character. I'm waiting for him to bring out Roshi or something so I could bring my Cell back in. But he's not doing that. He's only bringing out his strong characters on my Cell Juniors because he knows the matchup. He knows I probably won't be able to do that much damage to him with the Cell Juniors. I get desperate here, I do it anyway. I have to do something with Cell. I just stall out a bit until I could transform. I don't think I gained health with this. I should have done this risky play sooner, but I thought he was going to switch out his Roshi at one point, but he does not. Probably because he knows that's what I'm trying to do. And I choked the Vanish for, and that's very bad. That is very bad. I probably could have gained back the momentum from there, and then my combo randomly drops here. So I choke heavily. I choke heavily. This is not good. Time is running out as well. I have to regen health with my Cell and just play the health game at this point, but Cell Juniors do not have enough health, and Elwa has 2 characters that are over 3 health bars. Brings back in his SS2 Gohan. Yep, he never brought out any of his weak characters, basically, so he chose his matchups very intelligently this match. And this is how you stop Cell Juniors from doing their shenanigans. And he gets the W.
Jeez. Cell Juniors do not have enough health, and my combo dropping at the end was shitty. Oh well.
GG. Well, I said it there. GG's to Elwa. He did a really good job of adapting to me.
Super counters off to save my life. That was annoying.
And yeah, I couldn't get any super counters off, but regardless, I think my biggest mistake was not switching out second form Cell in the beginning. And then because he was so damaged, and Elwa probably knew I only had Cell Juniors, he just kept his strong characters in all the time, and I couldn't switch out my second form Cell because it would be rather risky, and I should have recognized that situation or what he was doing earlier and just take the risk. That way I have perfect Cell sooner. And then perfect Cell, I had 5 skill points. I transform, I would still have 3 skill points. I have After Image and Explosive Wave. Perfect Cell has really good survivability. I should have taken that risk even sooner and just played it slowly. But it is what it is. If you learned something, like and subscribe. Have a good night, you guys.